Hi guys, this is Callie, an intern here at Health Fitness. I'm going to run you through a circuit warm-up. We're going to focus on our core today. We have 10 exercises to run through for 30 seconds, and let's go. All right, let's get started on our warm-up. So we're going to start with just big arm circles all the way back. Okay, we don't want small ones, big ones as big as you can. It's okay if they're not super huge, just as big as you can. And we're going to go forward in them. As we're doing this, we can start just kind of lightly kicking our feet up, try to kick our butt. It's gonna start working our quads, our hamstrings, warm up our ankles. Let's shake out our hands here, our arms, and start pulling them across. Really trying to stretch out our shoulders, our upper back, trying to get our whole body ready. All right, one last one. We're just gonna pull up above our head. Should be feeling this all the way through your side, through your armpit, maybe a little bit in your back. Keep stepping, keep kicking our butt back there. Last one, and let's do high knees with this. Start working our hip flexors. All right, we'll come down, and our last one are just a few jumping jacks. So you can come up and do a normal jumping jack, or we can do those step outs when we need our modifications. So let's do these just a little bit longer. Gets our whole body moving. All right, let's go 3, 2, 1, and warm up done. All right, so you guys are ready. We're gonna head down to the floor, so we're focusing on our core today. All right, so our first exercise here are side crunches. We're gonna start on our elbow here, on our side, legs out straight, and we're just gonna crunch up here, okay? And then come back down. So I'm going to set my timer. We're going to get going for 30 seconds. All right, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're crunching up here, really squeezing our obliques, coming back down, not resting all the way down though. This bottom hand here is here for stabilization. This one can just gently kind of touch your knee as it comes up. That's where I like to put it. And you should start feeling this in your obliques, like I said here, and maybe a little bit on your quads. A few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, we got a 15-second rest, and we're gonna go to the other side. All right, a few deep breaths here. Again, we're doing the same exact thing. We're gonna start on our elbow, come back up to that crunch position, and then back down. We're doing this for 30 seconds. Let's get started in 2, 1, and go. Now try not to let yourself round down. We really want to try to keep and open up our chest. Halfway there. Again, we're stabilizing with this hand down here, really digging our hip into the floor. All right, 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, next one, we got hip dips. So we're gonna be in this side crunch position up here, and we're just gonna dip down and then back up. This is gonna work our obliques again, just like last time. All right, get ready, we have 5 seconds. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, where we're keeping our shoulders over our elbow here, we don't want them to be out of line. You can put this hand down here to stabilize, put it up here on your hip. It's completely up to you. Keep going. Right, we're gonna feel it way up here, especially as we press up and try to press your elbow into the floor as you go. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to the other side. Again, same thing. Pressing our elbow into the floor, driving up our hips to the ceiling, clenching our obliques down here. All right, let's get started in 2, 1, and go. Up. Remember to keep breathing. I know it's hard when we're doing those ab workouts, but you gotta keep going, okay? So remember, push this elbow into the floor. It's gonna help you stabilize. You can put your feet off to the side. They don't have to be stacked on top of each other, but if you can, that's great. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, our next exercise are dead bug bicycles. So this is gonna be kind of just like a normal bicycle, except instead of being here at our elbows and going right here with our elbows and our kind of our head at our ears, we're gonna be down here and we're gonna have straight arms and you're just gonna go like this. And so we're gonna cross over our hands across, okay? So I'm gonna get a timer ready. We're going 30 seconds again. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're here and we're crossing over. Cross over. This works our obliques just like the last two, but we're also working our upper abdominals way up here so we can really pull our shoulders off the floor. And we're done in 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, we got that 15-second rest. Next is we're going into our lemon squeezer. So same starting position up here in that hollow, but we're just coming up to a tuck, really to get our tailbone into the floor, okay? So we have a few more seconds. Let's get started in 2, 1, and go. Hollow, up to tuck. Try to keep your shoulders off the floor when you're back here. Don't want to have your head laying on the floor. Here, you can have your hands down here as a modification, or they can be up here. It's completely up to you. It's just going to be a little easier when they're down here. All right, let's go in 2, 1, and done. Good job, everybody. All right, 15-second rest. Get a drink of water if you need it. I know we're doing a lot of core stuff today. Next is we're doing our flutter kicks. So we're going to be down here on our elbows, and we're just going to lift our toes off the floor and flutter kick here, okay? So let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and we flutter kick up. If you need to go a little bit lower, that's fine. If you need to go a little bit higher as a modification, that's totally fine as well. The biggest we want to do is just really squeeze our back to that floor, almost like someone's pulling our spine kind of into the floor a little bit. This is working our lower abs. And we really use these elbows here to help stabilize us so it's not too difficult, but also make sure that we're not going off balance a little bit. All right, we got 3, 2, 1, and done. Good job, guys. Hi, guys. Okay, so we have just a few more seconds left of that rest that we started last time. Next thing we're gonna do are our tabletop crunches. So we're gonna be on our back, just like a normal crunch, but legs are gonna be up here, and we're just gonna crunch up the same way we would for anything else. If you have a hard time keeping them up here, that's totally fine. You can leave them on the floor like we would a normal crunch. We just want, if we want that extra advancement, we can bring them up here, and that's gonna work our lower abs and our upper abs. All right, so if you guys are ready, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. Lift up, tabletop crunch up. Remember, shoulders, head off the floor. And up. Remember, we want to squeeze our lower abs or our lower back into the floor. We don't want them coming up in super arch like this. Remember, squeeze them down, just like a little hollow there. If you want it to be harder, we can really kind of bring that more of a 90-degree angle rather than tucked up here. This is going to make our lower abs work harder. And we're done in 3, 2, 1, and done. Good job, guys. Okay, we got that 15-second rest going. Next thing are our candlestick pulses. This is also going to work our lower abs. So we're laying on the back here. Legs come up. You're going to put your hands down to the floor, and we're just going to lift our hips gently off the floor. We don't want to have our legs way back here. We don't want them way back here. If they're down here, we're not going to be able to lift our hips up. When they're back here, we're not challenging ourselves enough. But if you want a little bit of an easier time, that's the best way to go. So let's get started here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Remember, try to keep your toes lifting up towards the air like someone's pulling a string of your toes up towards the ceiling. You're feeling this in your lower abs. You might feel it a little bit in your back. you need to press your hands into the floor. It's going to help you lift up a little bit more. And we got 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, good job. That's the end of our lower ab workouts. So we've gone through obliques, we've gone through our lower abs and our upper abs. Now we're moving on to our back. So this is the last part of our trunk that we're working today. So I'm gonna have everybody go onto our stomachs here. Lay out flat, arms above your head. And we're gonna do swimmers first. So that's gonna be just lifting up, and we're just gonna kick our legs and kind of wave our arms at the same time. Okay? All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we lift up, and we're kicking, just like we're doing a little flutter kick back here, like when we were taught swimming lessons when we were little, but we're gonna kick our arms as well too. All right, guys, we're about halfway there. If you need a modification, we're gonna have our hands down here and our legs on the ground, and we're just gonna lift up like this. Okay, this is gonna put a less strain on your back, but still allow you to work it. All right, and we're down in 2, 1, and good. All right, our last exercise is very similar, but they're called arch ups this time. So we're gonna be, it's kind of like that Superman position. So we're just lifting up and back down. Again, this is gonna work our back. If your shoulders are starting to hurt from this, we can have our hands down here. But the great thing of having our arms up here is it starts to work our back shoulders up here. All right, so let's go into that in 3, 2, 1, and lift up and down. And we're trying to have our head down here, our head down here. We want to keep it pretty neutral so we're not straining our neck at all. You should be feeling this in your back, in your shoulders, maybe a little bit in your legs too. Keep going just a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, and down. Good job, everyone. That concludes our workout. Take a drink of water and we'll go into our cool down. All right, now that we've gotten that drink of water, let's head into our cool down. So I'm gonna have us start just in a really nice, gentle child's pose down here. So remember, we're kind of sitting on our heels, arms outstretched, really letting our shoulders, our head, everything just fall to the floor. All right, now I'm gonna have us just go into a seal pose right up here. So a cobra or a seal. We're just gonna let our stomach, our shoulders, just everything fall. If this is putting a strain on your back, you can definitely come to here and just lift up as much as you can. You'll still get a good stretch in your back. It just won't put that strain on your lower back there. All right, so let's do this a little bit longer. Let's go back in that child's pose one last time. And one last cobra. You can let your head fall back in this. Try not to let our shoulders come up by our ears too much though. Try to really press them down. Press your heel of your hand into the floor. We'll do this for a few more seconds. 2 and 1. All right. That is the end of our cool down. Thanks so much for joining us for our circuit today, and have a great day.